Good morning, lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I have come out of retirement for obvious reasons. Okay. So the fan is on. Let me just turn it off just in case. Crack heels. Alright, so I have officially come out of retirement, YouTube retirement, because TikTok has officially gone black. I wanted to just kind of make a quick video about like where I'm gonna be. Before I even get into it, it was always my intention to kind of figure out what to do with my channel. I started here. YouTube was my first entrance into the social media world. I got a lot of my following through YouTube. In the early days, it's just when life and just when short form content kind of came about, I just found like it was easier for me, and I could just get a video up quicker, and I felt like more creative with short form content. And then my TikTok just kind of like blew up in a sense recently, like in the last few months or so. So I've been pouring my heart into that, and a lot of you all have come from YouTube over to my TikTok, and I feel like I can just be more personable. I can like, it's just more convenient. I got my phone everywhere I go, obviously. So but like I was saying, it's always been my intention to maybe do like a weekly vlog or post like monthly on YouTube. I just haven't figured out what is best for me. But with the forced reality check that we've had in the last 24 hours, I think I'm gonna try out like the weekly vlog situation and see if that would do well. But I wanted to do a Q&A. I have not done a Q&A in a while. I thought I'd do that just for my first intro back. I think I will probably post Sunday or Monday. I don't know yet. Yeah, so I'm just now crawling out of bed because I have been on night shift for this rotation. So your girl's been tired. Oh, I was gonna go to my TikTok and look at these questions that I've been getting. All right, another reality check. Okay, so first question, and this is all related to school. A lot of my content is related to school. I would say lifestyle, definitely beauty, travel, but I'm also an X-ray tech student, so a bulk of my content is that, and a lot of the time y'all are probably here because you want to see that kind of content. I've been really bad at texting back. When I'm in school, texting, calling, returning your phone calls, text messages, everything is just, give me about 2-3 business days. How did I get through anatomy and physiology? So I got through anatomy and physiology. I always tell people, if you're able to, print the PowerPoint notes that your instructor or professor has, and then take them to class with you. Or I took mine online, so I would just print them out and write in any extra stuff that she may have said or highlighted something. And usually my instructor was really good at saying this is important, so I'm like, oh yeah, star, highlight that on the PowerPoint notes. For me, I am really big on efficiency and quick, so I don't necessarily really like to take notes, especially if it's the first time I'm hearing the lecture. So if I'm able to ahead of time, I like to print it out and then just fill it in later, like fill it in as she's talking, and just like making emphasis on certain things. And then honestly, there's really no way around it except you just gotta sit down, buckle down, and just learn the crap. I know when I first went to college, when I was in high school, the internet is not what it was as it is today. So I feel like students have such a bigger advantage than what we did back in the day when I was coming up in school, especially with AI. Oh my God, it is literally such a lifesaver. And I'll talk about this maybe towards the end of this video with AI and like how I use AI, or in the next video if y'all care to know. But technology advances have just come so far. There's so many YouTube videos about every function of the body, anything anatomy. So I just feel like there is no excuse. It really is just sitting down, buckling down, and just doing the thing. So I like to print out my notes ahead of time, and just fill it in. Like, get a study group with, make some friends, get a good study group. Go to Open Lab if y'all have Open Lab for anatomy. I took it online. I know when I was in college, we were able to come in or stay later, come in earlier, stay later if you wanted to go over things, or maybe we had like another day where she's like, you can come in and get some extra practice. Go to it, because I promise you, honestly, anatomy is so easy. Well, hold on. Skeletal system for me, it just comes second nature eventually, especially when you start x-ray school. It's just like, how was this ever hard? It's so funny, like, how was this ever hard to memorizing all this stuff? And I just remember back in anatomy, I was like, how the heck am I gonna do this? And now it's just like tibia, fibula, like, it's just so second nature. Next question, what school do I go to? That is a question I get a lot. So I will never be sharing where I go to school, at least not while I'm in school currently. One, I signed a contract with my school. I keep saying school a lot. I signed a contract at the beginning of the semester where we're not allowed to publicly say where we go to school. And honestly, for privacy reasons, even if that wasn't a thing, like even if I didn't sign the contract, I wouldn't share it with y'all anyway. It's just, it's personal, and I value my safety. I value my classmates' safety, and I would hate for something I did, like just because I post on social media, that someone came and like put them in danger. Not only myself, but like my classmates, my instructors, anyone else. So I won't be sharing that, maybe once I graduate. But if y'all ever have any questions, because I know a lot of people are like, can you help me with schools in your area, or like what school do you go to? I'm thinking about becoming an x-ray, going to x-ray school, and I totally get that. I am more than happy to send you guys suggestions, but I mean, you can just Google like x-ray schools in Georgia or x-ray schools wherever you are, and you'll find one. What computer do I have, or like what kind of technology do you use? So I personally, mostly I use my MacBook. I do not remember which version this is. I think it's the 13 inch with Retina display, if I'm not mistaken. I don't quote me on that. I've had this for 10 years. I bought this when I was a sophomore in college, and it has lasted me almost 10 years. Love it. I haven't had any issues out of it, knock on wood. I really do believe in investing in your technology and just like the tools, like especially for school, or if you're doing like social media or whatever, definitely invest in your equipment. Where is my iPad? I have an iPad somewhere. I recently just got an iPad. Oh, it's over there, for Christmas. I've been wanting one. And I use that as well, but mostly like in class I use my computer, and then I'll have a notebook, because we're not allowed to actually print our PowerPoint, so I'll just have a notebook just to write. I use highlighters, pens, but yeah, technology wise I have the MacBook and my iPad, and then obviously my phone. Like I'll look up stuff like that. And then honestly, this good old Meryl's, she does not steer me wrong. Definitely recommend getting a computer. You don't need an iPad. I just wanted one just because I'm bougie like that. And I use my iPad to organize my notes. I use it with AI in my notes, and then with my readings and my books. If you guys want me to show you all how, or like what I do using AI with my notes, and with like how I get through my readings in the Meryl's book, like any chapter readings that we have, I think I'll just like, if you want to see it, like I'll have it in the next video. Oh, studying. How do I study? So I have recently started this new thing where I am gonna study like 30 minutes to an hour every day after lecture, or every day that I get a chance to, especially after lecture though, where it's fresh in my mind. And I'm just gonna study a little by little every day, because I am a procrastinator. I'm really big at procrastinating, and so far it's gone really well. Like I said, I organized a lot of my notes on my iPad, and I've created multiple choice questions and stuff, so I test myself that way, and so far it's been going really well. I definitely feel less stressed. We're currently on the hip and pelvis, which is the shortest chapter. Like it's pretty short, so that may have a lot to do with it, but I just don't feel like the pressure is there as much, and I think also with our school schedule, it's a little bit more lax than last semester. So that's also like it's just a little bit more spread out in my opinion. I mean, it's only our first week back, so tune in next week. I may say something different, but I think breaking things up and like actually being a little bit more organized and staying on a better study schedule with just studying like 30 minutes to an hour. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of those study with me videos on TikTok, which you guys have really liked. Hopefully I can still keep it up if TikTok comes back. But yeah, 30 minutes to an hour. Sorry, I said that like a bajillion times. My biggest advice for X-ray school. So as a rad student, I think the biggest and hardest thing is procrastination and honestly staying organized. It is hard. We were doing so well. I think rad school is hard, like definitely, but I think it's because it's a lot of information and in such a short period of time, and it just moves so quickly. I think the biggest hurdle and the biggest obstacle for a lot of rad students, including myself, is staying organized and like not waiting till the last minute to do things. It's really easy to become overwhelmed in just all the stuff that you have, and then if you like are a parent or you work, like adding that onto it and just finding the time to study, I think that makes it hard, not necessarily like the content of it. I think if we had all the time in the world to study, like it wouldn't be so difficult. But I like to tell everybody it's definitely not impossible. Like you can definitely do it. You just have to find your groove in the process. So yeah, I think that's the hardest part. I don't remember what the question was. Sorry. Hopefully I answered that. Question is regarding clinic and just any tips or advice. My leg is falling asleep. Any tips or advice for first day of clinic? I know a lot of students are starting this semester, their first semester. I'm getting a lot of DMs and comments on my TikTok. Sorry. About them just starting or they're about to start clinic. And I think the biggest piece of advice that I can give y'all is to, one, take a woosah off. Because the night before clinic, the week leading up to clinic, it is nerve-wracking for everyone. Everybody goes through it. Everybody goes through the pre-clinic scaries. That's a new thing I'm gonna say. Everybody goes through the pre-clinic scaries, and it's so normal. All of us have gone through it. Literally nobody sleeps the night before just because you are just not knowing what to expect. Sometimes you get assigned to techs who aren't the nicest, or maybe have a doctor that's not the nicest. But I will say 9 times out of 10 you will have a great experience. The experience is what you make it. I wouldn't go into it like, if the tech isn't the greatest or the nicest, just think in your mind like, I'm just here to learn and get my comps and get the heck out of here. I'm not really here to make friends. Now if you make friends, that's great, but at the end of the day you're there for learning, not a social life. But yeah, and then like have fun. It's fun. I enjoy clinic. Even though I'm doing night shift, I have a lot of fun. And I know a lot of nursing students, they dread clinic or they dread going, which I don't understand. Or there's even some people in my class are like, they don't like it. They don't like going to clinic, but I genuinely love going to clinic. Even last semester, I really liked it. I had a great tech though. My preceptor was awesome. And then so far, like this next semester has been going well, but I just love like learning, seeing different scenarios. It's definitely stressful at first, just the pressure is there, and no pressure by anybody else. It's like than myself. Like it's just a lot of pressure, like learning and getting the hang of things. But just remember, it's your first semester or your second semester. You're not supposed to know everything, but go in there with an open mind, go in there willing to learn, ask a lot of questions, be willing to do everything and anything that you can. Follow your techs around, not to the bathroom, follow them around anywhere, any exam they go. Be willing to stock everything, just be there, and be willing to do everything, because you may do a job interview there when you get done with school. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hopefully in the next few days, TikTok returns, and I will see y'all then. But until then, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.